Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my project pan update for the month of June and I'm super excited to bring this to you. This is one of the last videos I will be filming in this setup. I am moving, so here we go into Project Pan. I do hope that that is something that you're interested in watching. This is my completion Project Pan. It is the products that I am rolling in, trying to finish up throughout the year, and I have some long-term items in here. With that said, for those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here. But ultimately, I'm just out here talking about makeup because I like to talk about makeup, and I hope that you also like to talk about makeup. I'm assuming if you're here, you do. So I do hope that you like this channel, that you like me, that you like the content that I'm bringing forth, and that you'll want to subscribe before you go. Let's roll into this Project Pan update for the month of June, and I'm excited to share with you my empties. I've got 3 this month. Woot woot. Okay, hi, how's it going? How's everybody doing? So I only have 2 projects going here on my channel. One is Deck of Panning, which is a game. It's so much fun, and that is my usage project. So I determine a number of usages to get out of each one of the items that I'm rolling into Deck of Panning. And then this one is my completionist. There's always 10 products in this project pan, and I do have a plan to pan video that I will put up in the cards for you of the products that I had planned at some point or another to roll in to this project pan. The great news is that I have 3 empties today. The better news, I guess, maybe for you, is that I am rolling in actually 4 items today. So I will have 11 products. The biggest reason why I am moving, and I do want these products in my project pan rotation, because that way, like, I have this like container of makeup that I'm just going to wrap cellophane around, and that's what I'm going to be working off of until I get my beauty room put back together. So I needed a couple other additional products in this than what I have coming out, if that makes any sense. So let's roll into this right now because enough is enough as far as babble goes. So this will be the never-ending palette in my collection in my Deck of Panning update. I rolled this in as No Pan Left Behind, and it was also the palette that I rolled in at the beginning of my Deck of Panning for No Pan Left Behind, but I only wanted to use each shade one time. This time when I rolled it in for No Pan Left Behind, I gave myself a goal of 2 uses per pan each time, because I don't use this palette unless it's in that Deck of Panning. I always forget to pull for it, and I'll be honest with you, I've only used it twice since pulling it into Deck of Panning. Granted, this video is only coming like 10 days after, but it is the never-ending palette in my collection. So this is the Tarte Make Believe You're in Yourself palette, and this palette was a palette that we rolled in at introduction. It weighed 147 grams on January 1st, 147 grams last update, and today it weighs 146 grams. So I'm super excited that finally we're showing some usage on here. I have to be honest, I have used this matte shade, the only matte shade in the palette. I've used it several times, and there was a dip in there just because my daughter, when she was a toddler, took her fingernails into it, and that is starting to wear away. The shadows in this palette, even though this is one of the oldest palettes in my collection, still are going strong. They still are very impactful. They're not super dry. They look really good. I have always hated this highlighter shade in the center. That's not changed, but I do like this palette. I guess at the end of the day, if I don't finish it by the end of the year, which chances are I'm not going to, I could probably keep it in my collection and not be sad about it, but it does need to be a palette that sees its way out of my collection at some point soon. We're not doing too awesome with this in the project, but we will get there hopefully one day very, very soon. Another thing that was brought in when we first started this project was this. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus pencil. It is their pencil brow product, I guess. It's a volumizing brow product, so it does have little fibers in the pencil, and I actually quite love this pencil. This has seen a lot of use. It was nearly brand new when I rolled it in. I do think that there's probably maybe 1 or 2 months left of product usage on this guy. It is what I have in my brows today. I really quite like it, to be honest. This is in the shade 4.5. I quite like it, to be honest. I measure it from the little spoolie attachment to the pencil here on, and you'll see there's quite a bit of usage going on this pencil. I do think that it'll probably be out of my collection by September, but I'm not sure it'll be out much sooner than that unless I start struggling to sharpen it, which was the case for one of the items in here, but I'll show you how I fix that, and that's how I'll fix that as well. I have found that if I take this off and hold on to the spoolie, I can sharpen it, but then that's also kind of a mess because the spoolie goes through my brows once the color is in my brows. So it's dirty, not dirty, but you know, it's got makeup on it, so it leaves a mess on my fingers. Those are the only 2 left in my collection from January when I rolled everything in. But one that was brought in March was the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder. This is the Face and Body Powder No Powder. It is a professional performance perfecting powder, and I do have it in the shade 3N. And it had seen some usage, but not a lot of usage. There was no pan on it. There was nothing on it when I rolled it in. It did weigh 66 grams, and today it's weighing 64 grams. And you can see there is a rather large pan in there, and I am so excited about that because this is the product that I really did not think I was ever going to see pan on. I love that there's pan on here. I do think that it's still going to take a whole lot of usage to get it out. One thing that I do not love about this product is that it gets hard pan pretty intense pretty regularly. I'm having to take the hard pan off almost every single time I use it. What I have been doing with it lately, because I do feel like it's maybe just a tad bit too dark for me. When I did purchase it initially, I thought it was perfection, and now I'm like rethinking my life choices, to be honest. But I have actually been using this as bronzer. So it is on my face today as like a bronzing powder. It is also on my neck and my chest as a bronzing powder. I think that you can see it makes me just a smidge bit orange, so I don't like it all over my face as a face powder, but using it as a bronzer has done a really good amount of damage to this product, so I will continue doing it. And I'm happy to see that we have some weight difference in the product this month, because last month there was only 1 gram of difference, and then this month there's only 1 gram of difference. So it looks like we're using, you know, about 1 gram of product per month, which is, I guess, okay, right? That's a decent amount of usage, in my humble opinion. The next one that was also brought in March was this ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade BFF. This is what is on my lips today, and this is a product that I did roll in because it was like a replacement, I think, for my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, and this was a dupe-ish item for the Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it gives off almost the same kind of thought process as Iconic Nude. The one thing about ColourPop lippy pencils, at least the old ones, is the product does come out of the pencil, and this is all that I have left of this product. So I am 100% certain that this will be gone by the next update, because I do not have as long as this pencil is left in product. This is another product that I do not weigh, but I do have pictures of it at the beginning and now. And then you'll also see a picture of where you can see the tallies. from the usage of that product. It has seen a lot of product usage. I do use a lip liner every single day and makeup application. I use it sometimes as a lipstick and then just put a gloss over the top of it because I'm not like finicky about my lip products, if I'm humbly honest. And that was all that was brought in March that still exists as products in my project pan right now. Then I had some products that I brought in April. This is one of them. This is the One Hit Prime Set and Refresh Dewy Finish Mist by Item Beauty. This is a product that I received in an Ipsy, I do believe, and it weighed 116 grams when I rolled it in. Last update, it weighed 103 grams. This update, it weighs 96 grams. So we have used 20 grams of product since rolling it in. I quite like it. It's actually not a bad setting spray. I love that it helps my makeup stay longer and is dewy but doesn't make me look greasy in any way. I also use it as an eyeshadow foiling spray. It doesn't do anything to like irritate my eyes. I love that about this product. I would say that I don't think that it does a whole hell of a lot for makeup longevity, but I don't mind it at all. And I find that if I spray it, you know, more than once on my face per day, that it really does a great job of refreshing everything and making my skin look healthy all over again, where some setting sprays don't quite do that because they're a little bit more alcohol based and a little bit more dry. This one does have aloe in it. It says it's infused with aloe vera and tiger grass extracts to help calm and soothe, lavender and rose waters to help tone and brighten, and sodium hydrolodolate to hold in moisture. I really do feel like it is a soothing, calming facial spray. I like it a lot. I'm not mad at it. I do think that Item Beauty is not a product that you can purchase anymore, though. Sad news. And that's all I have from what I brought in April. And then what I brought in last month was this in light neutral. This is the Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer by Smashbox. I brought this in last month to replace, I think it was another foundation that I had in, or foundation drops I think that I had in. This was, until the Fenty Ease Drops, my absolute favorite, like, skin tint. To be honest, it does have SPF of 25 in it. It's really good to your skin. It is what I'm wearing today. I do think that this is maybe just a shade too yellow for my skin. I do think that I need it to be a little more neutral than what this is. This did weigh 47 grams when we rolled it in, and it weighs 44 grams today. So I am seeing, you know, quite a bit of change in weight, but also I am using it quite a bit because it is warm and I prefer a skin tint overall, but specifically when it's warmer outside. I still like this. I don't think that it looks greasy. I think it makes me look like I have a healthy glow. Okay, so it says this is an ultra lightweight tinted moisturizer infused with primer, so it lasts all day, and it primes and it moisturizes, perfects, and protects. So that's the all-in-one purpose for this. I do think that it's a wonderful product. The last thing that I rolled in last month was the Stila Shimmer and Glow in the shade Kitten. I have 3 of these on my list for Plan to Pan for this year. I don't know how quickly these are gonna go. I've used this twice since I rolled it in last month, and it was weighing 19 grams. It's still weighing 19 grams. These are, you know, I mean, truly just a little tiny bit of product does use some favors, but I think that you guys will be able to see there is quite a bit of windowing in this. I do know that I used it quite a bit prior to rolling it into this project pan. I have the Dropsies today. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but I do think that it's probably about half full. So maybe not long. So then we roll into the products that I was able to finish this month. I had one of the lip pop splashes in Pino Pop that I rolled in to replace the lip pop splash that I finished in March, called Air Kiss. That was Pino Pop, and this is a completely empty lip gloss. I did take the stopper out of it. I did dig in there with my spatula and get out the rest. There is a little tiny bit left on the brush. I didn't use it today, but it is, you guys, empty. This took me far less time than I thought it was going to take me, which I'm okay with because it is June, month 6. I have 4 of these guys to go through this year, and I thought that hopefully I would have one done every 3 months. Air Kiss took me from January to the April update, so I'm really glad that this one only took me 2 months to go through. But that is an empty product. An additional empty that I have is this Tula filter primer. This is the blurring and moisturizing primer in the shade Sunrise. I love this primer. I would definitely repurchase this primer. I love both Tula primers that I have ever tried. This one has been in rotation since April as well. I got a good 2 months use out of it. I use primer every single day, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. This, in conjunction with the other primers that I was using in my like Shop My Stash and whatnot, I did use up a primer in my Shop My Stash as well. So I mean, I'm really happy that this is leaving my collection. Not because I hated the product, but because it's another product that I've been able to finish. And then the last empty that I have for the products that rolled in over the last 5 months is this guy here. This is the Smashbox Always On Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Brood. And you guys can see, just, it's so tiny. It was rolled in April as well. So all 3 of these products took me 2 months to go through after bringing them into collection. You'll see a picture of where this was when I first brought it in. It was rather small when I first brought it in, which is why I brought it in. It's to the point where it's really hard to sharpen. I did put a piece of tape around the end, so it was easier to grip onto, but now I can't get the sharpener past that tape. I think if I could get the sharpener past that tape, I might be able to get, you know, maybe 1 more month use out of it. But if I'm honest with you, a lot of the use that occurred with this is because I would sharpen it and it would just kind of crumble in the sharpener. And that's a sure sign that this needs to go. It's just way too old. If I'm honest with you, this has probably been in my collection for 5 years, and that's scary to think about putting it on my eyes. So what I had been doing with this was putting it on my waterline, but noticed that there was a slight bit of irritation every time I did that. So I started using it as like a outer V, like deepening shade, and it worked really well that way. I liked it a lot that way and could smudge it out, used a lot more product in that fashion, and just was able to hammer on through it. I wore this pretty much every day. The one thing that I love about a brown eyeliner is that it's not as stark as a black one, yet it still gives you that kind of impact that you're wanting from a deeper, darker eyeliner. So this I am calling an empty. I can't sharpen it anymore. So that is where we're at. So those are the products that I had already existing in my project pan. Now let's talk about the products that I'm rolling in. So as I said, I am rolling in 4 new products, 3 of which are on my planned pan, and one of them is because I need it in my project pan stuff so that I have it to work with throughout the next couple months until I get my new beauty room set up. The first thing I'm rolling in to replace that Clinique lip gloss is yet another Clinique lip gloss. This one is in the shade Juicy Apple. It looks like this. It is a fun kind of pinky red tone to it, but ultimately it just looks like almost a clear gloss on my skin. You guys can see right there. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, but not a lot of a tint to it. So this weighs 14 grams currently, and I'm excited for yet another Clinique lip gloss to roll out of my collection. This should take me through the entire summer to use, and it's a fun fun color for summertime. Next, I will be rolling in the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush blush in Hush blush. So this is a product that's been in a project pan a long time. It was in my project pan, I think, for the entirety of last year, and I was able to get it, you know, a little bit of pan. And then this year, through Deck of Panning, I put it in as a graveyard item or collecting cobwebs item and got some expansion on that pan, and now I'm rolling it into this as a completionist product. I'm hoping that it will be gone by the end of the year. I do not think that it will be gone anytime before that. It does weigh 45 grams currently, and I cannot wait to just watch this continue to have an expanded pan. So the next product that I have was also in my project pan last year, in which I just wanted to create pan in this product. And then I put it into my Deck of Panning at the beginning of this year as a, you know, collecting cobwebs or graveyard project pan item, because it had been in a project pan before. Maybe it was a product that already had pan on it. It was just to expand the pan on the one side. It is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighting Duo in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And initially I had put it in to expand the pan on this side, but you can see that I also have used quite a bit of this side as well. So I have a pan here as well. Currently weighs in with those two pans at 60 grams of product. So I can't wait to see this continue to see an expanded pan in both sides of this, but also at the end of the day, like maybe this will see itself out of my collection. This is not going to be a quick product. We all know highlighters, blushes, all the things take us forever to use. I've had this in my collection since it first launched. So if that tells you anything, and I've just got those two little pans in here. I am excited to see more depletion of it though. This will be a long-term product in my project pan. And then the last product that I'm bringing in is a primer, because it's to replace the Tulip primer, but also because I need a primer in my project pan items so that I'm not digging through my boxes trying to find a new primer anytime soon. This is the Benefit Professional Light Primer, and it is a primer that I don't mind by Benefit. I don't typically love Benefit primers because they're more silicone based, they're more pore filling, and I don't love silicone. I have a lot, which is funny to me, but I'm not a huge like pore filling primer kind of person. I do like this. It applies more like a lotion. It feels more like a lotion, and I don't find that it makes my skin feel like almost slimy, which is what I find with pore filling primers 90% of the time. I am putting this in also into this project pan just as a use up item. I think probably 2 months it'll take me, maybe through the end of summer. This did weigh in at 27 grams today as I roll it in, and I cannot wait to finish it and get it out of my collection as another primer empty. So with that said, those are the 4 new roll-ins that I have, 3 new roll-outs, and the 11 products that I will be working on for the next month. I cannot wait to come to you next month and see where I'm at with all these products. I do anticipate this one will probably be gone. This one probably will not be gone, but won't have much life left. But that's about it. I might have 2 empties next month. We will see. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you enjoyed it or me enough that you'll want to subscribe before you go. I hope that you and yours are doing well, that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can in this world. And I hope that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.